Hey friends, what's going on? It is Shanty. I'm back with another video. Sometimes you need to take a little hiatus, get re-inspired again. Man, oh man, oh man. But lately I've been reflecting on how I'm starting to love life again. Like lately, this last year that passed, 2025, and here in 2026, I'm really just, wow, I'm doing it. I'm back. It took me hitting rock bottom back in, what was that, 2023, I would say. Yeah, it was definitely 2023. At that time, I had decided to quit my job straight out of school. Let's see, I had just graduated chiropractic school June 2021. And I jumped right into practicing full steam ahead. Let's see, but it wasn't until that December, because oh my gosh, it takes a while for Alabama to finally approve your license. I don't know why it's that way, but it is. Sheesh. I was waiting a while to make my doctor money, but it's all good. Moving on. But yeah, so I practiced from December 2021 until the end of September of 2022. And I was beat. It felt like it was taking so much for me to stay ahead with my bills and everything. I feel like I never really caught up. And I was just so burnt out because that program really took us through the ringer. We were doing a new set of classes every 11 weeks because we were on a quarter system. So we were taking about 25 credit hours. If you wanted to graduate on time, at least that or a little bit more. I think they capped us at 27.5. But yeah, we were doing that, taking midterms, taking finals, obviously. Also doing different cohorts to get your hands ready for when it was finally time to adjust people. And then also taking board exams, all in between that. It was a lot. And then I had also had so much trauma that I had already experienced throughout college, grade school, growing up. And it all just compounded on me after getting out in the field, getting beat up a little bit, taking some words here and there from patients. It was a lot, and I felt very alone. So I was like, you know what? I need to go home. I feel like y'all was like, daughter, I'm gonna sit you down. He sat me down real bad. So I quit my job. I'm like, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna give myself about 2 years. 2 years to get it together. Then I'm gonna move out and I'm gonna get back into this thing. But let's see, I'm home for I think a month doing nothing. And I fell into the deepest depression I think I had ever hit. Yeah, I really had. So during that time, while he has me sat down, I go on the greatest, most in-depth spiritual journey I've ever been on. And it really just helped me to understand what was the truth from the lies, understanding how this world works. Man. But also on that journey, I discovered tech sales. And I was like, wow, this would be a great pivot for me. I want to get out of practicing already. At least the way I've been doing it. I do enjoy the value that I bring to my patients, to the world in general through chiropractic, but it's tough when you are capped on how much time you can spend with the person. You're super worried about sales and metrics, which I mean, it's all cool because the world is sales. I get it. But when you're also when you're the person who has to sell, plus deliver good care, and you got to make sure your mental's together, because the energy that you're transferring, that's powerful. Energy transfers very easily. So you got to be mindful of that, especially in a profession like chiropractic. So yeah, it took me to a place that I just didn't realize I would ever go. And with him sitting me down, I discovered Course Careers. It was Cyrus Harbin's story that I happened to see at the time. And that let me okay, he went from being an Uber driver to a sales engineer in tech, getting to six figures. And I'm like, okay, let me see what tech sales talking about. So kind of fast forwarding in the story, I just got my tech sales certificate. So ecstatic. Finally, it was awarded to me. Let's see, I passed the test actually the day before I closed on my home. It was December 29th, 2025. Sat down. It was a late night. I took the test, got 87%, almost a 90. That's what I was shooting for. I really wanted to get the highest score possible because from what I understand, taking the course, the better your grade is on that test, the better it looks to the companies that are partnered with Course Careers, and they would help you kind of get matched with their companies so you can get a job. It's like, that's the point. I love how they also help you through the interview process, all of those things. I'm at that part in the course now, but receiving my certificate literally just a couple days ago, although I passed the test back at the end of December. Wow, this means so much for the opportunities in my life. And I thought it was gonna take so long for me to be able to really make a change for myself, for my family. But now that I have this, it's time to really put in the work to apply to these companies, do the research, just really get in there so that I can actually land the role. And from there, it's like once you break into tech, you made it. You basically made it. So I'm just on the brink of that. I'm just about to tip over the edge. And I'm excited. But I was just thinking, if there was anything that I could change about the process, I really wish I would have stayed silent, a little bit more silent about it. I kept it pretty hush-hush. I shared it with a couple friends and family, only because they were like, oh, if you don't mind me asking, what is it that you're talking about transitioning to? So I'm telling them first thing when people hear sales, they're like, oh, sales. Why sales? Like, oh, sales is this, sales is that. But I'm like, why not sales? Every day, something is being sold to us. You have to sell yourself in an interview to land the job that you get. So, okay, then let's say if you have a dream of creating your own company, you're going to be selling something. You got to know how to market it and all these things. You need those skills. So if the name of the game is to make money, why not sales? But that was just so discouraging, and I really feel like it really slowed me down in progressing through the course, just because it attacked me mentally, and I hate that I allowed it to do so. But yeah, I hate that I allowed it to do so. My mental was attacked, and if any of you are people of faith, you know what spiritual warfare is. So that's what I was going through. In the midst of me going through the deepest spiritual journey I've ever gone on. Because a little backstory to that, my first time getting baptized was just before I graduated college. It was June 2016. So graduating undergrad. And I was doing pretty well. Started the chiropractic program late 2017. And as I go through the program, so much frustration, not really having support, not really having the best friends like that. I did backslide a bit. I definitely did. And yeah, the way my God sat me down, y'all was like, see, you doing the most. You done gave your life to me. You started cleaning it up. And like, what you think you doing? What do you think this is? But I'm glad that he yoked me up how he did, because I would not have the knowledge that I need to have right now during this crucial time where we can clearly see the changes happening in the world. It's so important now to really be in your word and understand where the world is headed. Like, you need to be smart. You need to be using your brain, watching the trends, and understanding what kind of transitions to make. So I'm grateful. That's what he was preparing me for. So yeah, I'm really just making this video in gratitude for life, because I was really in a space where I didn't want to exist anymore. And for him to have turned things around for me, it's very important that I continue to protect my peace, the people around me. So even if somebody's saying something jokingly, like against something that I'm trying to accomplish or embark upon, I have to distance myself. And that's just for my own sanity, my own mental capacity, my own health. I mean, it's not nothing personal against the person. It's personal for me and my growth, my healing, because healing is not a vertical thing. It's got its variables, its peaks, its valleys, and I need as much peace as possible, especially if I'm going to continue to be somebody who's breaking generational curses. That's the goal. I've been breaking them. And the person who decides to take on that responsibility, you find that it's never easy. But it's not supposed to be. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. There is a price to pay for everything that you want in this life, good and bad. So if we know if you do something crazy, illegal, there's a price to pay for that. There's also a price to pay for that good thing that you want, for that mansion you want, for that luxury vehicle you want. There is a price to pay for your peace, for your sanity, for that family that big family that you want to birth and create. There's a price to pay for it. So understanding that, let's band together. As I've said previously in another video, maybe a couple videos, we are stronger together, especially my people, my so-called Black people. We are stronger together. We got to remember that. If we can come together and use, what is it that DeVal Ellis always says, group economics. Like, come on, we are unstoppable. The creativity we possess, the skill set, it's almost effortless. Man, I just hope y'all hear me. But I love y'all. Hope that y'all are great on this Sunday. And remember, you always land where you belong. This has been Shanti. I'll see you guys in the next one.